Hey guys, Greg at Best Choice Trailers. We just took 3 40-foot Maxx off a truck. Thought it'd be a good opportunity to showcase a TDX tilt deck. This is a 40-foot tandem dual 10,000 pound axle. I'll call it a container tilt. You can certainly use it for other stuff, but it's equipped to be able to haul 40-foot containers. So this unit has the 10,000 pound axles. We also stock these in a 15, and it's available with a 12,000 pound axle as well. So I want to start with pointing out one thing. This is a 22.5 GVW, and it says payload of 12,835. That's going to give you a difference between those of just under 10,000 pounds is roughly what this is coming in at. What I'm trying to, I'll say, save some of you guys, if you're non-CDL, you're not hauling containers with this trailer. Trailer's going to weigh all but 10. Your 40-foot containers, I think you're going to find are going to weigh somewhere in the 8s. That's 18 plus your truck. You're just not going to make all those numbers work perfect. This is for a CDL setup. Ideally, a 3,500 dually would be your minimum truck, depending on what you're going to be hauling. So again, this is 40 foot. It's got a lot of different applications. You can haul stuff less than 40 foot. These, I think we can go down all the way to 26, I think is the shortest length. But again, it is available different lengths. You can also do a pintle hook if you prefer pintle, but the majority are these 40 footers with the goose as shown. So let me take you for a walk around this. I'll show you all the standard equipment and then some of the features that we've equipped this with. So up front, you've got a 2 5/16 inch gooseneck coupler. I do like the way these goosenecks are set up, give you a little better chance at hitting if you're off a little bit. Spring loaded set bolts. Fastway zip cables are nice instead of your traditional ones. You can hook your chains up here. There's also a spot you can put them in the neck. Fully sealed wire harness. It's got dual prong connection, so if you do bend one of those, you've got 2 prongs instead of 1. Most are going to be 1. 7-pin blade style, common on pretty much every modern pickup truck. You've got your IBeam neck. You've got your doublers on your vertical and out to your side rail. Gives it a nice clean look, but also gives you your extra strength. This is the TDX model. Maxx since 1999. These use Lion's Head. Lion's Head's the distributor. The actual brand name of the tire on these is going to be a Westlake. We've had Westlakes dating back about 13 years. They're actually a great tire. I'm sure they're made in China with the rest of them, but there are different grades of tires, Westlake being a pretty good one. This rubber may change over time, but again, currently they're using Westlake. We've had great luck with those over the, I'll say 13 years or so, I think, that I've been around them. Dual jacks, standard equipped, full front toolbox. It is a lockable box. In the neck, you've got some reinforcement. You've also got a spare tire mount. Clear lens LED lights give it a nice clean look. And one thing I appreciate about Maxx are just little details like this guy. A lot of times brands will put them on the jack and I don't know, it seems like I'm always fighting with them. Maybe it's because we're the first guy to touch them to get them to fit. But again, laser cut, fits every time, works good. Bolt on jacks if you ever need to replace it or whatnot, easier to do so. You've got a serrated side step on both sides. It gives you good traction. Nice setup. Winch plate, pre-cut holes. Again, a lot of little details here. Another detail, oversized 4-inch rings. It's also cut out so you're not cutting straps. Super smart. 4-inch rub rail instead of your traditional rub rail. Again, if you haul containers, you've got your guide. Also, you've got your tread plate along the edge so it'll glide. Stake pockets, chain spools alternate roughly every 12-inch on center. You've got a 4-foot side-mounted toolbox. Couple details in here. One, you see dual battery. So in an application where you're going to use a winch and power tilt, etc., dual batteries, this makes it nice. This also has a dual battery charger, and it's a NOCO 5-amp. So you're going 5-amp per battery. I prefer NOCO's chargers, but again, it's 5-amp per battery. It's not split between the two. It's also going to be a power up, power down, but then also a gravity down. So if you want to save some battery, you can go gravity down. Now here's something else. It's kind of neat that comes with these: wireless remote. So we'll put this guy up in a little bit, but again, pretty slick. I believe these have about 80 foot of range. Instructions are in the manual there, but typically wireless are about 60 to 85 feet. So you can certainly walk to the back of the trailer and then some. Extra marker lights going down the side, and then you've got your center marker as well, your mid marker light. So again, lots of lights going down this guy. You've got your IBeam frame. Then it's got a pierced IBeam bed frame. Reason I point that out, not everybody's using IBeam and not everybody's doing pierced frame. We've optioned in the heavier beam on this guy. In addition to, you can see the torque tube running front to back. And then there you can see the pierced IBeam on the bed frame. And I want to point out the HDSS suspension on this. This is a heavy truck style suspension. If you Google search Hutch 9700, it's a mini semi-style suspension is what it is. It's a heavy 3-leaf. It's an adjustable suspension, and the hanger brackets are much heavier done. These are actually designed for the hotshot industry. The reason I say that, years ago, guys were taking axles that were being used often 5, 10, 15,000 miles a year for construction type work. And guys were taking those same set axles and running 100,000 miles, and obviously had much higher amounts of maintenance. These are actually designed, according to the paperwork, for a 1,000,000-mile service life. Again, if we zoom in the middle there, you can see the adjustable suspension on it. But again, much heavier built, designed for the industry. Not every brand is using HDSS. In fact, I'd say the vast majority still are not. It is available as an option on some brands. I see pricing on HDSS from $1,000 to $2,000, give or take. Standard on Maxx-Ds. As are mud flaps. If you look, give you a nice mud flap. Again, that 4-inch rail. That is all options we put on to help facilitate being used as a container tilt. So if you order one, make sure you ask for that if that's what you're looking for. Another little detail on these, I like extra stop turn tails, but more importantly, we don't have any other brand I've seen reinforce your ICC light bar. A lot of little details. In fact, right there's another one. They put the plate back where you can actually see it. A lot of times they're buried up by the mud flap, and DOT doesn't like when they can't see it. It's got their license plate light even up here, which is your law, but most of them bury it to where you can't see it. This one you can actually see the plate. So let's put this guy up in the air. So my wireless hasn't timed out. Over time, I'm not sure what the timeout is on these, but typically a couple minutes it'll time out, save your battery. While that's going up, I'll show you the tire here. Westlake rubber. Like I said, we've just had great luck with it over the years. Also, another thing that we've liked is the Velcro caps. That's an aluminum cap, not plastic. Just lasts a lot longer than the old style caps. A little bit easier to get in here and see this HDSS going up in the air with the trailer. Again, IBeam frame. You've got your prop up there for if you're going to work on the hydraulics. Got a couple crossbars. You can see the torque tube as well. Torque tube's ideal if you're going to rack and twist, and certainly a 40-foot trailer like this, it's going to tilt. It's going to have a little bit of twist. There you can see your pierced I-beam going through the frame. Looks like we're just about there. So, here's your 40-footer up in the air. Of course, this is a scissor hoist. I'm sure there's somebody out there doing a dual piston hoist, but it isn't going to get near the leverage. Most of the ones that I've seen in the market are going to be scissor. Again, this is a tough trailer to build. You want to maximize the strength without going excessively heavy. That's why this bed is pierced beam. A lot of times the loads on these aren't that heavy. You're only talking 8,000 pound or so on a container. I'm sure nobody ever overloads this trailer. Other little details I'll point out. Put a piece of tube on the back of the neck for reinforcement. It looks like just a piece of fab steel. It's actually supported by a piece of tube on the back. Notice your wiring's all grommeted where it comes out of the box on the back. Hey guys, if you got any questions on this or any of our other trailers, feel free to give us a shout, 717-220-4220, or you can visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com.